You know, I just looked at the footage from South Borton and the event that occurred today with the dismantling the entire project area, right? And the first thought that I had that came to my mind was the fact that I remember literally years ago, this had to be around maybe 2013, just guessing. Somebody from down there, they gave me a phone call and they said, Sheila, we want you to come down to Dayton Street Projects. And so I said, why? And they said, because, hey, April, they said, because somebody is gonna, they're trying to force us out of our apartments. So I said, really? And they said, you know, the people come down here and they keep having these meetings with us and they keep using all of these big words I don't really understand. So can you come? And that's the relationship like I had with a lot of people. So I go down, you know, to Dayton Street. Sure enough, they're having some meetings. Sure enough, they're using like a higher level vocabulary, which I took in attempts to intimidate people because you knew that the people you were talking to didn't really understand, you know, what you were talking about. But they were saying that the people had to move. They were saying that they were going to give everybody Section 8. There was a few people who were very vocal about the fact that people did not get Section 8. There were people that were vocal about the fact that they didn't get the housing that they was promised, right? The transitional housing or whatever. So people have concerns, but people had to be very careful about their concerns because, right, when you don't have the money and you can't afford a lawyer, and you can't afford to stress your point, right? You gotta, it's like you're at the mercy of the people that are making these decisions. So basically, to make a long story short, there were some people at the meeting that I was like, wow, like I didn't even know all of this was going on. Well, anyway, like I said, so fast forward to today, I'm watching the situation going on with South Borton, right? And how they're just going to tear that entire project down. And you know, I look at so many people who need apartments now, so many people who need somewhere to live and they can't afford it. Why not just refurbish those apartments? Why not just redo the whole thing? There's lots of money for it. Why not just redo it so you can have true affordable housing and not just use it as a word? Because again, $2,000 a month is not affordable. It's not affordable for families who are struggling to make ends meet. It's not affordable for young people who are coming home from college with nowhere to live or stay. And I just don't see the purpose of it. And what hurts me so bad is the fact that the reason why I said I was going to run for mayor was because of decisions like this, because of decisions that get made that don't incorporate the people of the city who really don't have a voice. Because if you don't have the money, you don't have a voice. And it was one of the reasons why I said I wanted to run and help make change. And when I said that I was going to run, nobody else was running against this mayor. Nobody else was running. And it's like now, since I said I was running, it's so many people that want to get involved and say, okay, I'm running. But what happens is the splitting of the vote is so extremely dangerous because the current incumbents, no matter who they are, they want a lot of people to you know, come out and run in the race. Because the more you split up the vote, it's already a town where a lot of people don't vote. It's a low voter turnout to begin with. And it frustrates people, right? And then on top of that, you're going around bullying people and they can't take it. You know, people just rather not vote. You know, and then you have, like I said, the people who do live in apartment buildings, they don't want to get kicked out. They get threatened to get kicked out, right? Everybody is getting threatened. And it's like almost like because you're poor. But you still have the power of the vote. And I say it again, there should not be this many people in the town running. When I said I was going to run, nobody else was running against him. And that's why I ran. And now it's so many people running. And again, it just makes sure. The more people that get involved, it just makes sure that he gets back in again. And it's not about him as a person. It's not about anything personal. It's concretely about the decision that was just made in South Borton to tear that affordable housing down when that housing could have been refurbished. It could have been redone so that people would have somewhere to live. There's so many homeless people. There's so many people struggling. Families. I was just with a guy yesterday who was saying how they put his kid's mother into somewhere, but she needs help with the kids, but he can't stay there. You understand what I'm saying? Because she's getting, like, I guess, government assistance or something, how he was trying to break it down to me. But my thing is, are you even listening to the people? Do you even care about the people? And then we're not even going to get into how so many of the people are getting forced out of their businesses, because the longer you have this mask and vaccine mandate and people can't operate their business, they can't make no money. If you can't make money, you can't pay the rent there. So now when you lose your business, here they come again, you know, Johnny on the spot with another developer, another pair of scissors to cut another red ribbon for loss in our community. When do we support each other? And it could happen, because I see it happening in Irvington. This is not happening there. And that's not to say they're perfect. I don't know what all that may be going on. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, on this particular topic, you don't see other mayors working against the small businesses in their community. You don't see other mayors working against the poorest, most disenfranchised people in the community. This is heartless. Let's call it what it is. It's heartless. And like, yo, like, it really hurts me, but I just keep looking like, you know, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm trying to figure out why we're splitting votes when we need to get that man out of office. And it's not him personally. It's what he stands for, what it is that he's doing. It's like he's a corporate Democrat. Like, he's a Democrat, but he's for the corporations. Where's the Democrats for the people? We're supposed to be helping the people. This is not how we help people. There's a lot of decisions that could be made in terms of housing, in terms of just, and I'm going to keep it on housing right now, because it really broke my heart, you know, the fact that, and that's just one. That's just one. There's plenty of other places around here with development going up. These developers are becoming millionaires. The current administration, you know, he's becoming a millionaire. But what are the people just becoming more and more homeless, more and more helpless and hopeless? And that's dangerous. Dealing with an entire community that just feel hopeless, that they don't even have a word in to say, because they'll get threatened. And they will. They will. I saw a young lady on the live the other night. The young lady was saying how she felt that her car was hit by the administration. I don't know. I wasn't there, but she gets my full credibility, because my car has been hit twice by administration. And can I prove that? No. But what I can say is that I was in a hit and run. So that's what I'm going to say. But when I saw that young lady crying, saying how she was in a hit and run, what happened? Like I said, the same thing happened to me before. The same thing happened to me. And it's because the people who are sincerely trying to make change, like, who doesn't want them to make change? Who wanted all the buildings? You don't want to help people maintain housing, but you want to close down all the buildings to get a vote, to get petitions. That's crazy. You closed down all the buildings so they couldn't have any visitors. It had nothing to do with a pandemic, because that's just not what was going on. We saw the memo. The memo was posted. It had nothing to do with that. The buildings were closed down so that they could send teams in and get petitions for them. So that's why right now all of them are certified. But the thing is that I want you to understand is this is not happening to me personally. This is happening to me because I'm fighting for a community, and I'm fighting for people, and I should not be fighting with other people to fight for a community. And I have tried my best to reach out to a lot of the other people who say that they are running for mayor. We have people running for mayor that never have even been in politics all their life. And I think that sometimes what happens is that there are people who have little agendas here and there, and they put people in to run. And then you got other people who are put in purposely to split the vote. Let's say, I'm going to give you a quick example that everybody should be able to understand. Let's say, all things being equal, the mayor has 40% of the vote, right? So the 60% could still say, okay, we're going to put somebody else in office because we don't like how you're representing the people right now. And I'm talking about housing, so I'm going to keep it there. Now, if two people are running, right? If two people are running for mayor, guess what? Now, if all things are equal, like I said, that person has 30% of the 60. The other person has 30% of the 60. So that person has 30. This person has 30. And now the mayor has 40, so he wins. And the more people who get involved, that vote count just goes less and less and less and less. Listen, if we're trying to save our city, and if we're genuine about that, we need to come together. I'm calling on everybody who is saying that took out a petition, saying that they're running for mayor, to come together. Let's have a meeting. Let's talk. Let's organize around doing the very best thing for our community, and that's changing administration. And when that administration gets changed, the very first thing we need to do is put in term limits so that we don't have people from yesteryear dying in office. And listen, my hat's off, and I salute anybody who's put in any kind of time in making Newark better, and even if it was an attempt to. I applaud all of them. I really do. But it's 2022. We got kids coming home from college that are our kids that we don't even know how to do what they're learning how to do now. But they don't get a chance to help use what they've learned to better our community if people are dying in office, and then not even mentoring the younger people who are trying to get involved. Because honestly, we should already have an organized group in this city that we can go to and say, okay, listen, all of these people running for mayor, like, we got to narrow this down. Like I said, this is not happening in North Newark. They have one council person running over there, and it should be the same thing over here. And we just got to get together. We got to do better because, listen, it was self-important today. They're going to keep on going and keep on going to this absolutely no affordable housing for people. And somebody doesn't care. Somebody doesn't care if they don't have anywhere to stay. Somebody doesn't care how they're going to pay their rent. Somebody has to care. Somebody has to care. And it's incumbent upon all of us to make sure that we're doing our part in caring, that we're doing our part to rally behind one candidate so that we can remove the cancer that's impeding the poor and disenfranchising our community, that blocks people, that they don't want to hear what other people got to say only unless they're agreeing. That's unrealistic. That is unrealistic, and it's inhumane at its best. So again, I'm calling on everybody who is saying that they're running for mayor to come together. Let's talk. Let's organize around the goal that needs to be organized around, and that's turning over leadership to make sure that our people get a fighting chance at housing. That's what this live is about today, housing. Because like I said, it's important today. It's going to continue. Because it's millions of dollars to be made in selling these properties here in the city and not caring, about parents. I'm going to just say this real quick. I had one woman come to me and say that she was living in the building and that the mayor, and it could be a lie, she told it, but I'm sharing the story with you because it was shared to me and I don't believe she's lying. She said the mayor came in the building, told them that they had to leave. Now, I don't want to make up, but they had a short time to leave, like a week or something. And when she said that you can't do that, you can't do that, you just can't come in here and do that, that they were asked the question, oh, you want to lawyer up with me? We don't bully, we don't do that to our people. Our people have been through too much. Too many people been through too much to treat our people this way. It's callous. It's hurtful. And I'm telling you, even with me all day going around, I got 24-hour surveillance. Now, I'm strong. I'm a big girl. I don't care. But at the end of the day, if you got time to follow me around worried about what I'm doing, you got time to make sure that people got somewhere to live, because that's what I'm out here trying to do. So don't try to stop me for trying my best to help people. But I'm just one person. I need more help too. So each of you within earshot of my voice right now in this live, if you could first share the live, and secondly, if you can, please inbox me and contact me to help me get these petitions in. They did not do electronic petitions, and I'm going to keep saying, I don't know how the governor for an entire state, not a city, but tons of cities for an entire state only had to turn in 800 petitions, and I have to turn in 1644, which really I need to turn in 2,500. So I need your help. Help me help the city. And I know some of y'all don't really care that much about politics, but let me help people. And I can only help people if you empower me to do so. So just be mindful of that. Again, share the live. Inbox me if you can help me get petitions. I don't care if it's 5, 10, 15, or 20, but we got to get those petitions in. We got to get certified, because if nobody's on the ballot right now but the current mayor, he's definitely going to get in again. So just consider. Thank you for sharing, allowing me to share with you guys this evening. Until next time, blessings.